Larry, this is Joel. It's sure nice to see you hit balls out there on the range day and then work on the swing here indoors. So you see how here your hands look better. They haven't turned over quite as much, not as much of a strained release there through the ball as a result of not having that glove on. And what's much better here on the new blue on our right is that you're about 60% of your body is behind the ball at impact, whereas when you started the day, only about 20% of your body was behind the ball at impact. So that looks a lot better. And then from down the line, what we saw here today, a lot of things were going very well for you there. It's nice the way your club head is around that downswing plane line, Larry. It's very close to being on that line, which is great, which is what you would see with all the tour players. About halfway into downswing or so, club head gets on that plane line, then goes above it after impact to the top of their left shoulder, parallel to that plane line, their follow through. Now what's different here, right, is yours isn't through the top of your left shoulder at all there, is it? It's more through your waist when it first shows up there, Larry. So we'll probably be working on that some here in the next couple sessions. But it's great that it's close to that plane line very well on the downswing here, just a little bit above it. Now this, again, was different. See how it's interesting, it stayed above the line all the way down to where it got on the ball, and then you cut it off the heel, and you cut some of those others off the heel today too. So even just being a little bit above that plane line is kind of affecting your ball flights, looks like, Larry. So we'll be attacking that too on down the road. But the main thing that was nice today was, like you're seeing with the tour players at impact, they're going to have a lot of their body behind the ball, whereas you would tend to have a lot more in front of it. Show you another one here. The young lady I showed you here today, see how at impact, about 60 or 70% of their body will tend to be behind the ball at impact. You're much more in front of it. The good news is you're right back where you started, but it's going to look better to get back where you started, like this, more behind the ball on the new blue there, which is again more like what we're seeing for the tour players. Now this one again, it looks like he moved forward a little bit, but in actuality the camera moved a little bit. So he's actually move all those lines a little bit to the right. You'd see he's again about 60 or 70 or 80% behind the ball at impact. It's a lot of good work there today, Larry. So the main things from today, to sum it up, is to have that ball opposite your left heel for all your full swings, all the clubs, all the full swings, and also to not use that glove anymore. Get that plastic out of there. You can use the glove. I don't mind the glove. But I want that plastic brace out of there for you. That's actually harming you in some ways. I'll tell you more about as time goes on. A lot of good things going on in the swing, though, Larry. A lot of good questions today. Talk to you soon. Take care.
This is Joel Suggs. I sure enjoyed meeting you down at the Cincinnati Golf Show this weekend and showing you your swing on the 2D equipment that I have. And so I want to take about 2 or 3 minutes to just show you around Meadowlands. This is the studio I use in the winter for all my students. You see there's the down-the-line camera angle for our 2D equipment, and then we have the face-on camera angle also, and then what we also have here is 3D equipment to where I can show you your swing from 6 different camera angles with this 3D equipment, and we can get your swing from down to the 1/120th of a second in terms of exactly what your hips, shoulders, and hands are doing in the swing. And then also, I have the most realistic hitting curve I've ever seen from puttersedge.com. So when you hit your full shots, it feels as realistic as possible. And then I have 3 different green speeds for you to practice your putting. 9.5 on the step meter, 10.5 on the step meter, and 12.5 on the step meter. That's benefited my students tremendously. And then also I have a lot of learning aids like this Smart Stick. You can see the rest of those learning aids over here in my bag that we can work on to help you learn the certain fields in your golf swing that you and I both want. And then also I help my students a lot with their equipment through the winter. This is a frequency analyzer where we twang your club and it gives us a reading here. And then also we plot your whole set, each club on these lines to see if the set is really matched or not. Quite often they aren't, and it helps my students tremendously when they find out what clubs are the offending clubs. Then if we get tired of being indoors and we want to go outdoors and hit some, we can do that. It's my daughter. Ellie, good to see you. I haven't seen her in weeks. No wonder you've been gone, Ellie. You've been out here playing in the snow all this time. But this is our natural turf area. This is closed until April, as you can see. But it's a fantastic area where we can step outside and hit some balls and get some real ball flight. Or if we get pretty satisfied and things are looking better on the video here, we're kind of cooped up inside and want to go outside, we can step on out and hit balls and see real ball flight for about 5 or 10 or 15 minutes, however long you and I can stand the cold, out into the air, and we see them land at these different flags. I have a yardage book for this driving range. It's the first one I've ever seen in my life where we know exactly what it is for the front, back, and middle of each green. And again, the covered area here is heated, so we stay out there for about 5, 10, 15 minutes, like I said. It enables us to see some ball flight, and then we get satisfied that things are looking the way we want, and we come back inside, take off our coat, and look again at the video equipment to see how your swing's looking, to make sure that you understand it. And then notice too, my exercise ball up top here, and then also, so I help my students a lot with their fitness through the winter, and then I will help you also with your sports psychology, with your golf psychology from the golfpsych.com people down in Texas. That's helped my students tremendously a lot over the years too. So again, I sure enjoyed meeting you down at the Cincinnati Golf Show this weekend. I look forward to seeing you again out here this summer at Meadowlinks, or even right now in the winter. I have a lot of people that work on their games with me right through the winter. Check out more information about the things I do to help you at joelsuggs.com. Take care.
Okay, Bill. We're going to test your stability to record. Let's have you do a single leg fan. See what the figures show. Bring your knee up a little higher. There you go. Hold that. What the machine is testing is stability. It's looking at your hips, it's looking at your side bend, it's also looking at your upper body. Everything should be perfectly level. As you see, you're struggling a little bit. What we normally see with a lot of our athletes is we see this type of motion, and as you can see, figure turns red, comes totally out of his normal position that he should be in. And the K trainer will pick up everything of any faulty movement that he's performing. So it can be an educational tool also. Now let's switch legs and see what it looks like. This is what we see in a lot of athletes. One side's a little asymmetrical compared to the other. He struggles a little bit with this side. And the K trainer doesn't lie.